We'll see what it does. We'll see how long it takes for this coffee to kick in for me. You're fighting that straw, I feel like.
Me chugging my Diet Mountain Dew this morning.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. Happy final day of sprinting for 24-ish. You know, we've made good progress. I'm proud of us. I think last time you read one entire book the whole time, right?
Yeah, but it was almost 500 pages.
I know. And now you're almost you're 2 books in. Like you're on your second books. Like that's good. I'm how far am I in Sinful Vow?
I waited
63%.
I waited till we went live so I could tell you this. So last night I sent my aunt a Snapchat video book, right? She sent me one back this morning, telling her about it, and she goes, "Did you write and publish a fan fiction and you didn't tell me?"
That's funny.
Said, no. She said, "It sounds like that could be a fan fiction of your life," and I was like, "I know, right? It's not, but
that's cute. I love it."
I waited till we went live to tell you that because I knew that everybody would appreciate it.
That is a good one. Good morning. I'm so excited for you too. I feel like we're in danger of dozing.
Oh my God.
You know, that is what it is.
We already talked about it this morning. Like,
we were both so tired and we're like, how are we this tired from this? All we've done is sit here and read.
I've done nothing else.
Good morning, Morgan. I mean, I've had to like entertain Grumps, I guess, when I'm done for a minute and be like, hello.
He's so
and then he was like, you told me to make sure you eat. I'm being sure you eat. I was like, thank you. So if we ever do one together at my house, he will make sure we eat, apparently.
He'll make sure you eat. He will throw things at me and tell me I'm a child.
Probably. But I'll still make sure you eat at the same time.
Okay. We are besties.
Good morning. You guys are besties.
Well, I roll up with my friendship bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make him put it on his turn signal. We always have it.
He'll wear it. Yeah. He'd wear it. I bet you. Oh, that's fun. I love this. With that cute cat that you sent in the Discord.
I haven't even looked at Discord.
Oh, it's the cutest cat. She's got like a tiny head and like really cute coloring. She's very cute. I just have Millie right now. I don't know where Peas is, but she's not with me. She must be with Grumps. She's like, Dad? Oh my
God. Last night?
You're just covered in animals then.
I forgot to plug my phone up.
Oh. I actually plugged a cord into my laptop for once in my life. I thought about it for my phone and for my AirPods so I could charge them as we're... Morgan, you are covered in animals, and I love this for you. In fact, I'm charging the AirPods now because they will probably be like, no, later. Yeah, we both this morning were discussing how tired we are. I don't think the rain is helping.
It's not.
To be honest. Good morning or afternoon. I don't know what time of day it is where people are, so I'm just assuming. Although I realize for most people it's probably not still morning.
It's 11.
You know what I mean, though? Like, I feel like if you're not in the States, it's not morning still, so it's fine.
I just hope everybody has fun.
Me too. I've had fun. I've enjoyed this. This got me reading some stuff that I've been putting off, which is a win. In fact,
you've got to spend ungodly amounts of time with me.
I know. I'm going to murder you.
While your husband's home.
I know. That doesn't happen.
Usually
very often.
It's like, don't call her.
The custody battles are very real in this house.
I'm sorry that I'm your favorite. He just thinks he is.
You're both my favorite. I can't pick one. Do the mom thing.
Everybody's my favorite.
Everybody's my favorite. I can't pick one. That's rude.
That's what my mama does. She's like, I don't have a favorite grandchild. I'm like, yes, you do. It's my brother. Like, it was not hidden. It was very obvious.
That's funny. My mom just says I'm the favorite girl and my brother's the favorite boy, so.
My mama won't even tell me I'm the favorite granddaughter. My granddad always did. I'm their only granddaughter.
So you're the only one. Like, where's the competition?
I don't have any.
I know. Like, so.
When my cousin had a little girl, so she's a great granddaughter, my aunt looked at me. She goes, "They can't say that to you anymore." And I was like, "They're not taking it away from me now. I've had that title for 26 years.
Yeah.
It's my title. You can be their favorite great granddaughter."
Yeah.
I'm the favorite granddaughter.
That's funny. Good morning.
Good morning.
Millie this morning woke up, was like walking around the bedroom, and I stirred as Grumps was like getting up to take her out. She pottied, and then I just hear running as she runs back into the bedroom and jumps in her bed and is like, "Nope."
So
This is like right before 8 a.m. I think. She's like, "I just had to go outside, and now just let me lay here. Let me sleep." Did you read any more last night, or did you just go to bed, pass out?
I passed out. I took my Kindle to read because I was afraid I would forget my book.
Mm-hmm.
I took my Kindle and I fell asleep without plugging my phone in. I didn't make it very, very long.
No, you didn't. That's wild.
I never fall asleep that long.
No, you don't. That's why I was like, wow. I was up until I think 1-ish, but I kept reading because so there's a really big twist at the wedding, around the wedding, that you get in this book, which is like 30% in. And I don't want to say what it is because it's a really good twist, like a really fun reveal. And then I finished that portion of the book, and then when I got up this morning, I read a little more because I wanted to be able to finish it in 2 sprints. And so now I'm like an hour and 30 minutes left or so. So I think I'll be done with it pretty quickly, which is exciting. I really am enjoying Simple Vow. If you've had it on your TBR like I have forever and haven't read it yet, I can't recommend it enough. It has the same vibes as my Toxic Paradise series with like badass heroine, which I love. And then obviously the organized crime setting is a fun time so far. Oh, I love Drag Me Up. That book is so good. I'm dying because we're getting an audiobook now from the Audiobooks in Color grant program for this. He'd gotten picked up. So RM had gotten picked up for an audiobook. And then he like canceled the contract because they wouldn't cast diversely for the reading because all the characters are diverse and like people of color. So he canceled it and then he got a grant through them. And I'm just like so pumped because I really think that series would be fantastic on audio. And I want to reread that one to like catch up then. But that's here. Oh, it's so good. What else is everybody going to be reading today, this morning / early afternoon?
I'm finishing The Stage Kiss today.
You're like halfway now, right?
Almost exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll finish that.
If I don't finish it on sprint, I'm finishing it today. And then I'm taking a nap.
I like this plan. I will probably not get a nap in, but I'm sleeping in tomorrow. So it's fine.
I have a nap penciled in my day.
As we should. I mean, honestly, I don't know how anyone does this for like 24 hours straight. I think I would die.
Yeah.
I would collapse.
Oh, shoot. I didn't want to do not disturb.
Oh, you're fine. Hello. Perfect. I feel like that's just the best way to get tasks done at the end of the day. I don't think I would clean if I didn't like audiobook while I did it. I mean, I would, but I would be miserable. Nice. I definitely feel like you can do that easily with Rilsey. Or not Rilsey. It wasn't Rilsey. It was another author, and my brain just mixed their names because I was thinking about Love Scammed a minute ago. But yeah, I think that's super doable. Sean was the author. That's it. Is that sped up? Or not? Can you speed it up? I think you can do it. If you speed it up, at least 2 times speed, that's 8 hours.
Or put whatever you're listening to on an airplane mode.
Yeah.
Don't let them take it from you.
That's right. My brain corrected itself at some point. There, I was like, that's not the right author. I know that's not the right author because we talked about it last night. Because I was like, I need to reread Set and then finish Them Boys. And that was for Alexandria House. And then His Majesty is the Sean book on my TBR. You got this. 5.5 at 3 times speed. You've got this. When I tell y'all we're tired, that's your proof. When I'm like, wait, that's not the right author. That's also not the right author. I'm also, I don't know, half a cup of coffee in.
We did also discuss what we were wearing today to make sure we didn't match.
We did.
This morning. I will have you know, before I found John, I did pull out a green sweatshirt that said anxious.
Well, this one's my Kentucky one, which is why I told you.
I was like, I'm
what
going
I was in.
Kentucky today. I'm going to wear John.
Because I was like, if I don't tell you I'm in the Kentucky sweatshirt, you'll roll up and you're one of this in a different color.
I don't have.
Now that you can see
I have
it.
the gray one. I have the gray one with the navy blue Kentucky on it.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like
I'm not wearing that sweatshirt.
No, but we have a similar
one.
Similar print is my thought.
My sister-in-law has it in pink. It's adorable.
The thing is we don't have to try.
We usually
literally went to film a video, and when I did my bookish accessories, because May had done it first, and she's in that John shirt, and I went to put mine on, and I was like,
I
no,
begged
I wear this.
I begged her to.
She did. She was like, you should have wore it. It was hilarious.
And I was going to call her out in the comments and be like, hey, don't steal my content. Even though I've been begging somebody else to do this video.
Yep.
For weeks because it's got over 11,000 views. And I've gained like almost 300 subscribers from it. I'm like, please do this because I think this is a fluke. Somebody help.
But we could easily match / coordinate into nearly the same items, I feel like, across 3 days easily.
We usually end up with the same stuff.
We do. We super enable each other. It's fine.
I got a TikTok this morning of this person who went to the Kenwood Mall up in Ohio. The fancy ass.
I've been there.
Yeah. And they went to the Louis store. And I bought the cutest Louis Vuitton purse. That's all I'm thinking about. It was white and pink. It was like a Speedy. It was white and pink. Like it was white, and then the LVs were all pink.
Oh, I won't buy that pattern.
It was cute. You didn't see it. I wouldn't buy it because I would get sick of it.
Yeah, but I won't buy anything with like the brand name prints all over it.
I don't typically that I would because that just feels classic for their brand.
If they brought back the early 2000s ones with like the cherry blossoms on it, I would be tempted. I would be tempted.
I keep waiting on them to bring back like the Dooney and Burke bucket bags.
Oh, I never was a Dooney and Burke girl.
I saved my money and bought a Dooney and Burke purse when I was like 5th grade. Everybody else had one. I went to a store that no longer exists and bought it.
I never owned a Dooney and Burke. I loved the Coach Poppy collection that they did. And in fact, until a few years ago, I still had some of the bags from that collection. Because I love plaids, and they did like a whole plaid line, so I had a bunch of the plaids.
I have a plaid Dooney and Burke that my mom got me for Christmas a couple years ago.
Cute. Like
a crossbody.
I always felt like the Dooneys didn't have enough pockets for my taste. But also old Kate Spade was like that too. Like a lot of the older Kate Spade bags had like no pockets in them.
I need
a couple pockets.
a ton of Kate Spade. My mama gave me a Michael Kors
Mm-hmm.
the other day. It was my first one, but it was on the car.
There you go. Your audiobook picked you, which is always the best. But yeah, I remember when Judy and Burke was popular too. Or like like the Coach Tabby that's big right now. I guess I don't know if it's still big or not. Those very much give me that like early 2000s purse vibes in like a good way, not in a bad way, but like they feel that way.
It all stems because the Dior saddlebag had a moment recently. Like
that's a classic though.
It is, but it had a very mainstream moment.
It did.
And so everybody was trying to like find things that went similarly.
Well, and then some of the, I think YSL or somebody has like puffy bags too, that kind of similar vibe. And all that. But yeah, it's always fascinating. This is why we enable each other. We'll end up being like, well, what about this?
Well, but also, I feel like we're really good about enabling each other on things that aren't going to break the bank.
No, 100%.
If it's going to break the bank, we're not going to enable each other.
No, it's more like we enable each other around like this.
I think that's our most expensive thing we've enable each other on.
Probably.
Because our page turners were like $32.
Yeah.
Or double-sided page turners.
Yeah, they weren't much more than our one-sided ones.
Our Rolly carts were like $20.
They're cheap.
They're very expensive.
No. Our blankets weren't expensive.
No.
I guess our Vera blankets.
Like $20. But the Vera ones, it wasn't so much an enabling because we both already had a bunch of Vera blankets.
Yeah, that's true.
It was more of a look at this pattern. Well, shit, I have to own that now.
True.
I'm looking at my stuff.
I could not have a Leia blanket.
You can't not have a Leia blanket. And you didn't buy the Disney blanket. I have the Disney blanket.
I have the 100 one.
You got the one with Peter Pan on it?
Yeah.
I didn't think you ended up getting it.
I do have it, yeah. I got it at your Vera store.
Yeah. You did. I thought you got a different one.
I was house sitting for mom and dad.
Another one.
And I have a Donald and Daisy one that I got at the outlet in Charlotte.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought, and then I was like, "Crap, I like these." But we don't. Well, we do now. We didn't have an outlet in Nashville until recently. Not that I've ever stepped foot on that property because
your new Tanger outlet.
Yeah. Well, it opened at the holidays. I was not going near it.
It opened like the weekend after we saw John Mayer.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was not going near it with a 10-foot pole. I was like...
See it when we were going and coming.
Yeah.
And then I got a TikTok about it opening like a week later.
Yeah, it did. And I was like, you can't pay me to go here right now. It is the middle of holiday shopping.
And don't go near tax-free weekend either.
Nope. I don't even know when that is here, but...
I figured out the straw issue, by the way.
What was it?
I had it too far down in the cup.
We are a smart group.
I was like, I've refilled it. And then the straw, I went like that. And I was like, that's not right. And I had too far down in the cup.
Love it. Shall we read?
No.
Should we start?
I don't know that I'm mentally prepared.
We can just talk for the next 3 hours.
I don't think the world is prepared for a live FaceTime call.
I don't know that the public is prepared for that. That's usually
I don't think anybody is prepared for that.
No. She sings randomly, y'all.
I won't do it when we're public. I also won't do it on member sprint.
I know.
I only do it to you.
And to Bestie.
But that's because every time I talk to her, when we answer the phone, she starts singing, "Who's that wonderful girl?"
This And I'm sitting, so I have to twirl every time to that song. You have to twirl to it. That's what that song's for.
Me and my cousin and her.
But she does the voice really well.
She does the voice fantastic,
which also makes it even more fun.
Me and Kayla and Nathan were talking about it the other day, and he was like, "What is this? What kind of weird show is this from?" And I was like, "I don't know." And we were talking about it, and my cousin was laughing about it, and I was like, I finished the song with like the look, oh look, here comes the suitor, and she goes, "What?" I said, "You've not made it to the dog coming out in his Prince costume."
It's so cute. I love it. Her name's Mona, I think, and the show's Nanaland. Yeah,
something like that.
It's probably Nanaland because it's like her Nana and her.
Yeah.
I just put this together. Wow.
Nanaland.
I have no idea. I think it's Canadian, maybe.
He asked me if it was British, and I was like, I don't know.
I don't think it's British.
I was like, I've never watched.
No, it can't be British. Bestie would not. If it was, she would be out.
Her and her Scottish self wouldn't like it.
That makes
I'm just not watching.
sense.
There has been no angry text. You must not be watching.
She doesn't respond to it now. She just ignores you.
She does, but she would have to. I said it on the internet, on the public internet. So
that's true.
She would have to respond. And be like, it's not Scotland!
My favorite was still, you sent her like a TikTok of something around St. Patrick's Day, which is like her favorite holiday. She hates me because I have made it her favorite holiday.
No, the first was sweet.
And you're like, it's too bad you're Scottish.
My favorite was the other day when she was talking about going to see her family for St. Patrick's Day. I was like, oh, is that your Christmas?
Context, I guess, because not everyone knows. Bestie is
she's from Ireland.
Born and half raised in Ireland, in Galway, and she May likes to terrorize her by calling her Scottish, and then I just terrorize her with St. Patrick's Day things. Because she told a girl when she was a child that asked her about leprechauns, that leprechauns aren't real, and made the girl cry.
And that
I'm just like, I just sent her leprechauns now. I'm like, here you go.
That is so on brand because she wouldn't tell you to make you cry.
No, it was not on purpose.
Very deadpan. Leprechauns aren't real, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just see this little girl crying and her being like, "Why are you crying?" Yeah, no, I tell her she's Scottish.
Yeah, we're very good. When I worked with her, I used to decorate her desk for St. Patrick's Day with my coworkers.
It is her Christmas. I asked her the other day.
I do love that her family is gathering.
And she didn't see the irony in it. I was like, oh, you're getting together for your holiday?
She just texted me.
Oh, no.
She's not here, so she does not know what you have said.
Good. I'm so glad. Oh, I was like, who sent this weird TikTok? It was me. In our group chat. I was like, why does that Blue's Clues dog have a face? It was me. Did you watch it?
Nah, not yet.
It's Blue and Bluey. Trying to fight.
Okay.
Blue's like, this is my house now.
Oh, okay, I see it. I've barely opened my phone this morning. I opened it to tell you I was tired.
And then one of the Paw Patrol dogs pops out and he's like, don't fight, don't fight. And then Blue calls on Clifford, the big red dog. And Blue goes, that's not fair. It's really
They should have been yelling ACAB at the Paw Patrols.
He does not do anything. And he's like, no, I'm good. Thanks.
Man.
And then I don't think I sent you all. No, I did send you the one of the guy dressed up as a Swiftie. That was like, Travis. Oh, wait.
I like the one where my favorite was the line you called out, which he's like yells Travis out of a car, and then he goes, "Oh no, that's just a Republican."
Oh no, it's just like, he's looking at the trash can. He's going, Taylor. Sometimes they roll her into the stadium in a trash can. Taylor.
No, they do though. Like they did during the Eras tour. She was in like a janitor's cart.
It's just funny the way he did it because I always like his videos anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That one was just good, and he's like, "This is the place Taylor decided to have the Super Bowl." It's kind of gross. And it's like, oh my god, I got a bug in my face. Oh no, it's just a cigarette butt. It's really funny.
Oh my god, it was funny. I giggled this morning at it. All right.
Yeah, let's read.
We need to.
I'm losing steam.
I am too. I was like, we gotta start reading May. I gotta.
My body is like weirdly tight and loose at the same time. I don't know how to explain it.
All right. I'll be reading Sinful Vow. May is reading The Stage Kiss. We'll be back in 45. Let us know how your books are going in the chat. All that good stuff. We'll see you soon. Good morning. Oh, wait. Before we start, I have to tell you something, May.
Oh, no.
For everyone here, I did timestamp the jump scare from last night. If you want to see
it,
I went back to go grab links and like I'll make sure like if ads are placed from YouTube, like they're not in weird spots because YouTube will just throw ads places. You could clearly see where the jump scare was, so I was like, cool, I'm just gonna timestamp that.
I have to go watch it again. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do first.
Okay. Ooh, I want to read this, so I hope it's good. Anyways, we're gonna go read. We'll be back. It would help if I unmuted. Hello.
Hi.
I was like, well, wait a minute. You did not unmute. Wow. It is a mess. It's fine.
We're exhausted. It's fine.
Literally, though. If I was done with this book, I think I'd take a nap. How did you do?
This book is spicy.
Oh, really? I don't know if I expected that for the cover.
I am 50% through. I don't want to say it. He really helped her out in the dressing room.
Okay.
And would not let her help him out in return.
Love that.
I did not expect.
Did he help her with fingers or his mouth?
His mouth. And his
okay.
And both, you know?
Both. Okay. Here for it.
Board.
That's about right. 50% for that, though.
I expected it to be later, and I expected it to be closed door. So it was a very nice surprise.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did assume that book was closed door for a weird reason.
And like as it got closer, I kept waiting on the door to get slammed in my face. And then it didn't. So
I love this.
Maybe this is fan fiction. Who knows?
I don't know that it's fan fiction. I think it's just based on a good... I mean, that's a solid idea for a story.
Just my aunt asked me if I wrote it. It's fan fiction about my life. You know.
Heather finished Fear the Flames. Enjoyable 4-star. I'll take it. Good job. I was worried for you because I know last night your sprint plans got ruined by D&D. 60%. Nice. Heck yeah. I feel that though. Like, and library holds do that. I feel like I'll get like 5 at once and I'm like, no. Sent back. Heck yeah. I am officially 81% into Sinful Vow, which has been pretty spicy. Not surprised. As it should be. I have 44 minutes left, so I should finish it in the next sprint. And I'm very curious. Heck yeah. Perfect. 30 minutes before the kids got home.
Perfect. I did just check my phone. I had a text message from my cousin about an hour ago. Let me know her car's in my driveway. And I was like, I've never noticed. I have no idea.
I was like, I don't think you're leaving the house today, are you?
I texted her back. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere. So you're good. Leave it as
Deliver later on Libby is a godsend. This is very true. It's very helpful. Yeah, I'm really liking Sinful Vow. Do you think it's gonna be like a solid 4-star for me? So we'll see. We'll see how I feel as it wraps up here. I'm very curious because we've had like, it's the kind of book where I feel like I can't talk too extensively about it because I feel like I'll spoil it. Because of the twists and the way things go very differently than you might expect for a typical mafia book, but also the same. Like it's that mix of like something new and samey. But yeah, I'm like, I definitely will be checking out book 2. And the rest of the series, I think. Oh, you know what I didn't tell you? Last night when we were on sprints, you know how we were talking about Allie Hazelwood and Bride and stuff?
Yes.
Which is a book you'll never read. I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But do you want to know who texted me about it? Do you have a guess?
Bestie?
No.
Ooh.
Mom. She texted me at 6:00 last night, and I forgot to tell you. She's like, "It's my 3rd book by Allie. I'm a big fan."
I love your mother.
She does. Well, she's liked all the other Allie Hazelwoods. Well, and we met her last year at Steamy Life. So that's fun because she loved, like, we go around together and go meet authors. We both read. And I think confuse people because, like, we both have the mom that you can take to Stevie Lit and it's fine and it's not a big deal.
My mom doesn't understand why I want to go to like author events, but she's
Yeah.
just happy to tag along.
But she would tag along with you.
Yeah.
And she would not be uncomfortable with the things in the gift bag at Stevie Lit. She would be like, whoa, probably for a hot second, but also like, whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, mine's like going up to the spin wheel to win more.
I would love to go
Yeah.
to Stevie Lit with your mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a blast at it.
Your mom
And
is
then she adopts everyone.
in general.
Yeah, she is. I adore her.
You know, me and I didn't even know I was on the market for being adopted.
Yeah. Drag Me Up is good. The chemistry in that, like, that book is stunning. No, I mean, Nodding is promised, and from what I understand, Nodding is delivered. And I do think I've heard, like, it's kind of messy, but I kind of expect that from a book that is playing with a lot of different things. I'll be reading Bride next week, like this week.
I'm surprised that it's not more Omegaverse because when we saw Allie at a Polycon, she was like, "This is my favorite thing. This is what I love."
Loves Omegaverse.
I love Omegaverse. So I was like, God.
But I also think like I'm glad it's not too Omegaversey because I feel like that cover, the same issue with the fake meat, which we talked about, those covers do not communicate that, and like. Yeah. That could be very jarring of a transition. And I've not read a ton of Omegaverse. I want to read more this year, but like that's jarring. I'll tell you all about it. It's fine. I read weird Omegaverses, one where like the girl's tongue had the knot. And I was like, what? It was sapphic.
Okay.
Which Omegaverse for beginners has a place, right? Because like Omegaverse is so daunting.
But you can't just jump into it.
I mean, you can, but you have to like be prepped for it, right? Like if you just randomly pick up an Omegaverse book and you know nothing about it, I feel like you're going to be like very confused.
Maybe that's what Allie was trying to do. I bet she'll put out something more Omegaverse-y.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if this is set up for a sequel or not. I'm just happy to see her playing outside of contemporary, personally.
Yeah. I won't read it, but
Omegaverse, interesting thing to start reading, having no idea it even exists. Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like it's one of those things like when you stumble into it, you're like, whoa, what is going on? And you either dig it or you don't. And I mean, I enjoy it. I've read, like I said, I did a vlog a long time ago where I read some, but I want to read some of the more popular titles now that have come out around in the last 2 years. Because it used to be mostly like, it was a much more limited selection. Let me put it that way. And now we have a lot more. Because I know I want to read Dark City Omega by Elizabeth Stevens this year and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. It mixes such an like dark book and paranormal-y, but not paranormal. Because sometimes they're just dudes that have knots. Like, it's just a thing, you know?
I texted my aunt. I sent her a picture of the book. And I said, update, I'm about halfway through, and he just used his tongue. And she said, took him long enough.
She's not wrong. Is she still reading the Emily McIntyre series?
I think so.
Nice.
She's very into it.
I just love it. You're like, she doesn't read romance books. And the next thing we know, she's reading Hooked. And we're like, what?
Hooked, and I was like, I haven't, but you're reading them? And she's like, listen, they're doing stuff over Peter Pan's dead body, literally. And I was like, oh, okay. I need you to read this book. And I was like, okay.
I don't know if it's a book you'll like or not.
I don't know. I love The Never King.
I know. But The Never King's not that dark. I wonder if Emily McIntyre's are darker than I realized. But they may not be, honestly. They're probably on par.
The first book is about Peter Pan.
I know. She has one that's Scar.
She didn't like Scar's book.
Okay.
She didn't read that one. And then one of them is about the Wicked Witch. And so it's Wizard of Oz. And then there's another one.
I love the idea of just stumbling into Omegaverse. Oh, see, and I'm like aware of it because of like fic stuff and like fandom spaces, and then like how what do I want to call it? Like the lawsuit stuff around Omegaverse that happened with those two authors. So I just like it's kind of been on my radar a long time. I won't read those books by those authors though, because like I just have no interest in them. They seem like I like dark books, but I don't like books that are just dark for the sake of being dark. If that makes like there has to be reasoning behind it. Like I'm reading the Mafia book, right? There's a reason it's dark. There's a reason there's gonna be like dark themes. But like I don't read just like this is a contemporary but dark. I don't does that make like yeah, I hope that makes sense. Interesting.
That's what I've heard. People have either loved it or they've hated it. No one has been.
Heather, I require clarification in a chat, so thank you. Either here or text me. Yeah, Hooked I've heard mixed as well. Like some people either really liked it or just like DNF'd it immediately.
There's another Peter Pan one.
You're reading it, aren't you? The Julia Olivia? I love this.
But it wasn't that one either. There's another one. I took a picture of it because it was at Joe Beth. Where did I go to Joe Beth? There it is. Okay. It's called Never by Jessa Hastings.
No. Yes, that's a YA book though.
Well, they had it with the non-YA books.
I'm pretty sure it's YA. I love that you had like called and there's like, oh no. If only you knew. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to go look after this. There's some stuff with Jessa. I don't know if you want to read her.
Okay. I just read the back of the book and I was like, oh my God, it's another like she's Wendy.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that one's YA and not adult actually.
Well,
her other books are adult. But we're running into this issue now too where stuff is like who knows.
And it could be that they may not have realized it was YA and put it out because they
yeah. Well, because she wrote the Daisy Magnolia Park series.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the same person.
Yeah, that's the same person. I feel like that's all I have to tell you. You know why I was like, I don't know if you're gonna want to read that, but
I was really excited.
Yeah, I've not read Hooked yet either. I will probably try that one at some point. I need to do like a video, one where I do like reading books I've put off almost, or like that follow me around. Death of characters you like. What?
Oh yeah, I just pulled up Heather's review. Torture, death of characters you like, essay, forced abortion, suicide. I have a lot of reasons why this didn't work as much as I'd hoped it would. However, with that review, Heather gave it 3 stars.
She didn't DNF it, so of course it's 3 stars. That is a lot of content warnings, though.
However, Bree gave it 5 stars.
So we might like it. We might give it 4, or we might give it 2. I don't know which of the 2 I align on my darker reads with more.
1.5 stars. I want the same crack everyone who gave this 4 to 5 stars was smoking.
I love those kinds of reviews.
The review right below it, it was perfect.
Okay, so she liked parts of the story and relationship, but the main reason she didn't like it more was the content warnings and how they were done. Yeah. I can see that though, because like it has to feel dark stuff has to feel like it's really integrated into the story, I feel like. And if it just feels like it's placed there to make the book dark, it doesn't work for me.
What is this one? Well, then what's this one?
What?
Okay, so I thought Twisted was the Wizard of Oz retelling.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted is the Aladdin retelling.
Okay.
Her name is Yasmin.
Mm.
Wretched is the Wizard of Oz retelling.
Okay.
Millie is done.
She is knocked out.
Yeah. Those are some
Oh,
deep snores.
those eyes are shut, and she is out.
Readers that read this book also enjoyed Haunting and Hunting Adeline. But also The Never King and The Fae Princess and The Dark One. And Their Vicious Darling.
Do I trust the Haunting Adeline girlies? Ugh. I don't know. I do kind of want to read the Doesn't Hurt book by her because it sounds so bonkers ridiculous. Like, but also, you know, why not?
Now I need to go see what.
In Hooked, she's choking him, but is pressing. Yeah, that feels like an easy thing to not like do wrong.
What's
But
this reading? Now that I'm
don't
on to read, I can just see what everybody's reading. Dang it, why? Tell me what you're reading. Oh, currently reading The Teacher and The Maiden's Diary.
Who?
My sister-in-law.
Hmm.
My cousin is reading The Summer of Night.
Hmm.
Yeah, your mom, marked Allie Hazelwood, is currently reading.
Yeah, I know. She texted me last night at 6, so she was reading it. She slept until 8 this morning. I'm so happy for her.
I'm happy for her too, because I know.
She got up and let the girls out, and then they all went back to bed until 8. And I was just like, thank God.
So your mom also is currently reading The Improbable Meet Cute 3 by Sally Thorne. The
Okay.
Dreamboat. So ask her about it.
Oh, okay. So the Amazon ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Specifically,
I do love giggling and sharing the wild things in books.
sometimes
like sending
to do it and tell me about it just to see my facial expressions. I think.
Yeah. Sometimes, but also sometimes it's just fun to like that's my favorite part about vlogging. Like when I'm reading, is that I can like pick up the camera and be like, y'all, you have to hear about what just happened. You have to hear. Like that's like the best part. It's so good. Shall we read some more? I don't know if we're gonna end at 1 or 2 Eastern yet. We haven't decided. We'll probably see how far we are in our picks. Huh?
2 or 3 Eastern.
2 or 3 Eastern. That's right. Yeah.
1 or 2 Central.
1 or 2 my time. So 2 or 3 Eastern we're ending today. But depending on how tired we are here, I'm feeling a little more awake. I don't know if you are. Still sleepy.
I've got SNL going in the background. We're not going to talk about it. And we're not going to talk about going back down this road.
That is evil, and I'm here for it.
Y'all, my sister-in-law is begging me to read Verity, and I just keep looking at her going, I'm not reading that book.
Mm-mm.
I'm not reading that book. And she's like, I'll give you, because she has it physically, she's like, I will give you my copy if you'll read it. And I was like, I'm okay.
I just think that's pure evil in the best like sibling way. So I'm here for it. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, we'll do another sprint, and we probably have at least 1 or 2 more left. Because I really want to finish this book.
I'm finishing this book, especially now.
Well, we'll see how far you get here on this sprint.
Nice. I did the math. I'm 47.5% through. So
Okay.
almost exactly 50%.
So you might finish it in 2 more sprints.
We'll see.
Maybe 3. We'll figure it out. We'll see how we feel here. But
let
us know
after.
Let us know if you're changing books. And if you aren't, happy reading, and we'll be back. Me too. Ooh, you're so close.
I'm so close.
Literally have 5 minutes left. So I may or may not have opened TikTok and got distracted for a few minutes. It's fine.
That's okay.
It happens.
It happens. I've been sending my updates about this book.
Okay, how are we feeling?
I still love it. It's still really good. So immediately after our last discussion, at one point earlier in the book, he was very protective of her and he couldn't figure out why.
Mm-hmm.
And he and this other guy that he hates made like a drunk bet on who could get her into bed first.
Mm-hmm.
And Brennan's roommate, Gabby, that nobody liked, filmed it and has been trying to get with him since they all lived together in this Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
She finds her and shows her this. And she's also Eden's understudy, so she wants Eden like out of the way.
Yeah.
So she like struggles through her performance, and they think they're going to recast the role. So he's getting ready to try to like fix that. She doesn't want to talk to him. She doesn't want to see him. He has his best friend write her this big email that's like, nothing that happens between me and your best friend. None of that has anything to do with any of this. And like, he's the best guy I know. I know he has this bad reputation, but like when he cares about you, he'll do anything in the world for you.
Yeah.
They're out of DC now.
Okay.
Work. They literally just got back to New York.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Nice. I'm really impressed by Simple Vow, honestly. I feel like it's woven a lot of plot lines in a way I wasn't expecting. A little more complex than some of the like mafia books, I guess, is the best way I can put it in organized crime. There's like a lot going on, but you also like are really engaged with the couple. So that's nice. Yeah, I really liked it. It's a 4-star. Like I'm almost done, so I can tell you right now it's a 4-star. I don't see anything changing to make it any less than that. Definitely check content notes. It has, I guess, the expected stuff for that kind of book. And I do believe the author provides them. But I think I'm going to read manga after I finish this. Because, like, I think I'd want something that I can finish in a sprint. But I'm just like, I'm impressed. Because I think you'll be done in the next sprint, won't you?
Probably not the next sprint, but I won't have very much left.
Yeah.
Because I've got just over 100 pages left. Because it's
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm jealous of the sleeping in.
It's like 324, 325, okay. And I'm on 214.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't quite finish, but
I will be really, really close to finishing in the next week. So
that's what we can do. We can keep going. I mean, it's too early to stop, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because what? It's
122.
Yeah. So we got at least 1 to 2 more sprints.
Yeah.
If you're really close to done, we could always do like a 30.
I mean, we don't have to sprint until I finish the book.
Okay. I was like, if you really want to until you finish.
That's what I did yesterday with Canadian Boyfriend. I finished it off sprint. So.
Diamond painting is really fun. I really enjoy it. I just will not move when I do it, and then I'm sore.
It's too tedious.
Well, it's like when I do embroidery and like cross stitch and stuff. Like I'll zone into it really hard. But hold on, I'm gonna give manga options and we'll pick what I'll read.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to not drop things. because I mean, it says 4 minutes left. Okay, I have 2 bite makers. I don't know if I'd finish both or not. These are kind of quick. At volumes 8 and 9.
Okay.
This is like an Omegaverse high school. It's bonkers. I have We Can't Do Plain Love. This is volume 2. Yes, it's a smutty manga. It's Boss and Coworker. I guess I should move this so you can see. And then I also have Imakoi volume 8 as an option. What are we feeling?
You're asking the wrong person.
I know. I'm not asking you. I'm asking chat.
You're asking me, and I was like, I can't help you.
No, I'm asking chat. Okay. Yes, I think it is. Definitely a like it's an audiobook activity. Perfect for it. Yay. Good job on finishing it.
I do have SNL on,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot. There's one of the shorts that Sandberg does early on.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how much I loved it, and I forgot that the musical guest. I've seen this episode a million times. Is the Foo Fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Bon Jovi's the host,
Okay.
and he's going around punching everybody. Like there's just music under it. And he punches people.
Yeah.
And, it's Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins in a cafeteria, and he punches Taylor, and Dave just leans over and takes his French fry, and, like never moves. It just kind of caught me off guard and made me a little bit sad.
That was a little sad.
I was like, hold on, he's dead now. This is really sad.
That was really sad. All right, Imakoi it is. The easy pick. That one's cute contemporary high school setting, so.
I would have told you to go with the one where the guy was grabbing her boob.
I mean, that one's also contemporary and fun, so. I might do that one second if I finish. But yeah, we'll dive in again. Let us know what y'all are reading, where you're at on your books, and we'll be back in 45. See how much further May gets. How'd you do?
Yeah. I did really well. I'm on 270.
Oh, yeah, you're really close.
Yeah. So it's very
progressing.
Very cute. So they're in New York. They're on their like tour break or whatever before they go to LA. And she runs into him in getting ready to go into Central Park with her friend that was trying to fool around with his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls him over to his apartment, and they end up having like a heart-to-heart. And he sees her home, is how he says it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting ready to sleep together, and she kind of makes like an offhand comment about trying to make it seem like she's not as invested.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at her, he's like, I'm in love with you, and if you can't see that, we're not having sex tonight.
That's fun.
So, and her roommates are obsessed with him.
Mm-hmm.
So the part I was just reading, she says, it's a shame you didn't get to meet my roommates. And he said, oh, I did. I made us all nightcaps because I couldn't sleep.
That's funny.
So I made us all nightcaps when they got home. We rehashed their night. I signed a poster, scored 4 tickets to Trista's play. They're sleeping now.
That's so funny.
Yeah. He's like, no. I met your friends. You just didn't know I met your friends because I couldn't sleep because your house is hot, which sounds like me. I would be like, I have to leave. We can't do this.
Valid.
So it's very cute. I'm really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. It sounds cute.
So.
Like, it sounds like a U-book very much. And about in a good way. Oh my.
My fan fiction.
It feels that way.
Fan fiction.
I finished 2 volumes. So I'm ending the readathon with 5 things read. 3 manga.
I looked up at one point and you were talking to your camera and I got tickled.
And then Mom called, so I talked to her for a minute. And then, yeah, I updated my camera when I finished Imakoi, maybe? I can't remember. Or if it was after I finished Sinful Vow. I did a quick update. Because I'll forget. Like, as soon as we're done here, I'll do a quick update on this.
Yeah.
It's good, though. I'm happy because I'm now, like, I was behind before this weekend on my reading goal.
I haven't even looked at mine.
And now I'm caught up and or ahead, probably, once I put in Bite Maker, which I'm about to do right now.
I was ahead at one point.
You probably still are.
I'm 4 books behind schedule.
How are you 4 books now? You were super
After
ahead.
I read 6 books last month, I didn't read anything else.
Oh.
Yeah, but I also haven't logged this one yet because it's physical.
Yeah, that's true. I was like 2 or 3 behind yesterday, and now I'm 1 ahead. So I will take it. I think that's a win. So you'll be 3 behind. Did you log Canadian Boyfriend?
I logged Canadian Boyfriend yesterday. I'm doing this one, and then I started Sugar yesterday. You guys were talking about it.
Oh, it's so good.
But like my brain didn't want to focus on it because I was so excited to jump into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started this one and got like 4 or 5 pages in before we started.
Valid.
So because Sugar is less than 100 pages, so I'll probably finish it at some point today too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm officially. Let's see what Goodreads says. I just tracked Bite Maker. Maybe if our site will load. 2 books ahead according to Goodreads, and I think according to Storygraph, I'm 1 ahead. So okay. I'm at 41 books for the year now, like between manga and books. Which I feel like that tracks for me.
It does. I'll finish this one. I didn't mean to hit my computer. I'll finish this one. I've got some stuff I got to do.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably sit down and read Sugar Sugar, and then I may start another one. I might start Long Shot. I might also start an Ashley Boston.
You need to read Long Shot.
Depending on how I feel. I want to read Long Shot. Like, one of the girls at work told me I needed to read Long Shot, and she was really upset that I hadn't read that series yet.
Really good. I've only read the first book in that series. Book 2 has some tropes I don't love, so I've yet to pick it up. I love this. Finish that series. That's always such a good feeling, finishing a series. I've not read Chestnuts. I'm not a cowboy romance book person, though, really.
She's not.
We will be reading our books. I will be watching the Usher halftime show and dancing in my living room. Thank you very much.
I will be doing something. I don't know. I half expect to get invited next door at the last minute. So,
I mean, I went higher than I normally do. I did 350 instead of 300 because of all my manga reading that I want to do this year. Like, I want to read 200 plus volumes of manga. So I was like, if I sit down and when I do like my next volume 1 vlog for manga, like, I'm going to be ahead. Like, that's why I set it so high. Cause I was like, literally, if I read one series or if I read 20 volume ones, like, I don't know. It feels weird to like not set it higher from that. Cause I feel like then I'm not cheating, but because like there's no rules in reading goals. But it just feels like too easy for me to achieve. Whereas I like to like kind of motivate myself a little with it.
well, and my thing, the last couple weekends, I've been busy or I've been like ill because I had that weird TMJ thing that flared up. So I couldn't do anything but lay with the headache hat and a heating pad.
Yep.
Because my mouth hurt so bad. You all were here. My aunt was here the next weekend. And then my niece's birthday party.
Yeah.
Last weekend was the birthday party. So it's like every weekend I've had something to do.
Yeah.
The reading just hasn't been able to be my top priority.
No, I get that. I do.
That's why my phone stays in do not disturb after we finish these.
I don't blame you.
So I missed my class yesterday.
I just don't like. I just like both teams. I'm like whatever. I think. I don't know.
I could not.
I felt like when the Lions got knocked out, I like really lost interest because I was actually really excited for an underdog story again because we've not had that in a while. And I could care less about the Chiefs winning again.
See, the first time they won, it was really cool, right? Because it's the first time in a long time.
Because I mean, I just don't care now. I'm like, whatever.
Now I'm like, I'm over it. I'm good. Let's let somebody else have the spotlight for a minute. I love the Lions run. The guy I watch on TikTok that's been a Lions fan forever, like watching his TikToks about the Lions just made me so happy. He spent like $1,000 to sit in the nosebleeds for their first playoff.
Oh my God.
He lives in Nashville. So he was like, I spent $1,000 on this. I'll never be able to do it again, but I also don't know that they'll ever make it here again.
Yeah.
So it was a thing I had to do.
I get that.
Yeah. So I don't care enough.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly just want to see Usher, and that's it.
And
even that I'll probably watch later. I mean, I don't know. We might put it on, but
the last halftime show I cared about was the big one, the Dr. Dre, Snoop.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Usher's a good one though. Like, I feel like we've had like so many meh ones that like until we had Dre and stuff. So, and Snoop.
And I feel like, I mean, nothing's ever going to beat the best halftime show of all time.
What one is that for you?
Prince.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
That halftime show was amazing.
I don't remember it, but sure. I'm sure it was.
It's usually like number 1 or number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
If you watch the halftime show lists.
I don't.
This time of year, I usually end up watching them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't this year, but
yeah, I feel like Usher will be another good one at least. So
it'll at least be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Justin Bieber is confirmed to be in Vegas. He's not confirmed to perform with Usher, but he's in Vegas.
If we don't have like Little John with
Lil
Usher,
Jon and Luda are confirmed.
Okay, I was like, if they like, if I do not get to like dance
I'm done.
to my high school jams / like Usher, I mean, Usher's been around so long. Like, I love it.
Well, and my favorite Usher songs are not necessarily halftime show songs.
I know. I mean,
like
yeah.
Burn, Confession.
Oh, I hope
work goes into the halftime show.
But what if he does?
It would be amazing.
But what if he does?
Like, I think that
I got a video where it was like, "Are you a real Usher fan?" And it played, and I was like, "I know every single one of these songs. Who doesn't know all these songs?"
I got one that was like, "Are you a real Toby Keith fan?" And I was like, "Unfortunately, I know every one of these songs and then some." Like,
did you grow up in the South or around people who were in the military? Because let me tell you, you couldn't escape that man to save your life.
So, like, I was like, "Yeah, I know all of these songs. You're leaving out some of the best ones. What are you doing?"
I feel like that's a solid goal. I did like my goals. 350 comes from about 200 manga and 150 books. So, like, that's my split.
I set mine at 100, knowing good and damn well, even when I set it lower, I never hit it.
Yeah.
So,
and in June, you can lower it.
Well, and my other thing is, at Christmas last year, I had a surge.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what happens.
If some things happen, I feel like you actually might end up
being able to easily read more.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I mean, and that's the thing. Without manga, I easily read 150 to 200 just books a year. And manga, I'm easily also reading another 150 to 200 books. So, hence my goal. Like, that's why I'm always like, it's like 300, 350. I read a lot. I have read so much this week. I'm dreading filming my like weekly TikTok where I talk about what I read this week. Because I'm like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 things. Ugh. And that's if I don't finish Canadian Boyfriend tonight. That puts me at 9. This though, like, I will be dancing in my living room. Grumps will be like shaking his head at me.
We watched when I lived in my apartment.
Have fun.
Close to where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to my cousin's for the Snoop Super Bowl or the Dre Super Bowl halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having a blast. I was like, I care about nothing else.
I also had a blast with that one. So
this halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
And when they told Snoop, like, you can't wear the Crip colors, and he did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And like they told Eminem, like, you can't take a knee. I didn't even realize that's what he did until somebody else pointed it out to me. Until my dad was like, I can't believe he did that. And he goes, he'll never perform the halftime show again. And I went, yeah, because he needs the halftime show.
Yeah.
That man puts out an album once every 10 years and everybody like runs to listen to it. He does not.
I was at Walmart and they had bandana pattern. It was lavender, thank God, but bandana pattern stuff. And I was like, y'all, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Like, but
every time, like, none of them need that. I just like, are we old now because we're getting halftime shows we're interested in? Or are they just like running out of people that will say yes? I don't know.
Who was last year's halftime show? Rihanna. Okay, yeah, I did watch that one.
I'm loving everyone predicting how Usher's going to come out too. Those TikToks where they're like holding a spoon and just, it's the like, how is it going to work? But yeah,
like,
he has just a good show.
Like, yeah. You know?
I think he should open with Daddy's Home. It would just be so funny.
Like, there's just so many ways. Number one, he could do it.
I mean, a lot of people think it's gonna be, oh my god, not yeah.
Yeah, it could be that one too.
I think they close with that one. Like they have to close with
your favorite member of the Fast and the Furious franchise is gonna be on stage.
Yes.
Because you love Luda.
I do love. Who doesn't? Come on now. He was the best addition to that movie franchise. I'm just saying, if he does Daddy's Home, like I will be on Insta stories screaming because it's just gonna crack me up.
I'll get a phone call. Are you watching? The halftime is about to start. Are you watching?
No, I'll call you as soon as it happens. I'm like, hey, he did it!
He did it!
But yeah, a lot of people, I'm loving the predict, because somebody predicted Rihanna's like entrance correctly.
I remember Rihanna's last year because afterwards the next day I went in my coworker's office and I went, did you watch that? And she said, yeah. And I went, is she pregnant? And she goes, I think so. I was like, okay, I think so too. But I don't like speculating about this kind of
And then we had like confirmation like immediately.
Then we got confirmation shortly after. And I was like, okay, yeah, she's pregnant. We started Googling it and everything. And I was like, I just need to know. Because if she's not, that's fine. But like,
yeah, that's cool. But
she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm. She did. Yeah, I'm excited for Usher though. Like, I just feel like it's gonna be a good time. I rarely am like, I don't know. I don't really watch the Super Bowl anymore either, unless I have to like. I have to go to a party.
The last several.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake. I didn't watch Gaga's year. I didn't watch Coldplay's.
I didn't watch Coldplay. I'm not a Coldplay
fan. I watched Katy Perry's because that's when Left Shark became a
Left Shark's the yes, I did enjoy Left Shark.
That
was a fun one too.
Beyonce.
I don't think I watched Bruno Mars. I know I watched Beyonce.
I did not watch Madonna's. I remember watching the Black Eyed Peas. They brought out Usher. What if Usher brings out the Black Eyed Peas?
That'd be amazing. The crossover of a lifetime. The crossover of a lifetime. Usher brings out the Black Eyed Peas because the Black Eyed Peas brought him out.
Yeah, Usher. Yep. Then it was Bruce Springsteen in 2009. I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch Tom Petty. I watched Prince with my dad because my dad loves Prince. I remember watching the Janet Jackson one too.
I remember that one.
My dad freaked out. Like, oh my God.
And we just got proved in Britney's memoir, Justin's a little piece of shit anyways. So shocking on all of that front on how that turned out.
You mean somebody breaking out a guitar and singing to you while you're crying on the bathroom floor is not what you want?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will say I have watched the Trolls 3 twice now, and it is really good. It might be my favorite of the Trolls movies. I didn't like the second one though, so I mean it had second place to go. But
yeah,
it's really cute.
I love that song. And a little dance to it. So
yes. And they actually do it.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
It was fun. It's a fun time.
But yeah, I mean, I'm literally like not Super Bowl averse. I just don't care. But also you see all the commercials ahead of time anyways now. So like it's not even that big a reveal half the time.
Right. Like if Taco
when I worked in marketing, we'd always watch it though, because like the next day we'd always have like discussions about choices made.
I'm now curious because I'm not seeing the Uber Eats commercial anymore, so I'm curious if they've pulled that one or not. Which it was literally just somebody with peanut allergy. Which I know
that's the one's under fire.
The peanut allergy, I guess. Mm-hmm. I didn't catch that. I literally only watched it, number one, because the David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, teasers have been hilarious.
Yeah. They were really funny.
Where she's sitting on the couch wearing that my dad has a Rolls Royce t-shirt, and he's like, tell them more.
Yeah. I love that one. That little teaser like cracked me up.
And then Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer, and he's like, Jen, and she's like, who are you? He's like, we worked together for 10 years, and she's like, oh yeah, you. They're good.
I would be here for this. I'm just saying, like, I just think they have a lot of potential, and I'm here for it. I'm, at the very least, extremely intrigued for how this is going to go. I think it will be a fun halftime show, though. Rihanna was fine, too. I just, like, was like, okay, cool.
And the thing that I acknowledge is sometimes the halftime show is just not for me. I don't really listen to Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. I don't really, like, I listen to a couple of her songs, and I don't dislike her. I mean, I love Fenty Beauty. Yeah. Buy tons of her product.
I don't dislike her, and the songs of hers I like, I really like. I just don't.
Yeah, same.
I don't go search out
my go-to. Yep.
But like the artists that I listen to are never going to do a halftime show.
No, I'm never.
He's featured in a halftime show, but he's not going to be the performer. And if he is, I'm going to have a talk with somebody. Be like, listen, this is not going to work.
I don't even think anyone I listen to would ever get picked.
No. They might. I wouldn't be surprised if Stapleton did one in the next couple years.
I could see that.
That would be a fun one.
That would be fun.
If they did it, Stapleton's would be a fun Super Bowl. Would be a fun halftime show because his was it the national anthem he did last year? It was all over the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would be good. I would watch that one probably. But like, yeah, most of like my pop punk indie music is not getting picked. Like, it's just not. And that's okay. I don't want it to.
I would also like to see the Foo Fighters do a halftime show. I think that would be fun.
I could see that happening though.
That would be super fun.
And this too. Like, I also will not be watching because I just don't. I'm very burned out.
I'm so tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing Travis Kelce, and I never thought I'd say those words.
You know what? As soon as you showed me his skinny ass arms, I got the ick.
I can't look at it anymore. Those arms, sir.
I was homegrumps about it.
I got the ick immediately.
And I was just like, I can't believe he plays this sport and his arms look like that. Because like most of the guys that play football like have really good arms.
And I always thought he did. But now no, it's the padding.
Yeah, it's the padding. He's got like little twiggy arms and I don't understand it.
Arms.
And
arm day.
It is like so, I don't know. I just get the ick now.
And there's something about his arms in that picture that I like. Normally, I'm not that judgy about it, but I just immediately was like, "No." And then I tried
arms and legs. I like. Yeah, no, his arms gave me the ick immediately. Florence would be amazing, but yeah, I don't feel like we'd ever get Florence in the Machine. I could see Dua Lipa like featuring with somebody, and then I could also see Billie like in a couple years getting picked. Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't listen to Billie Eilish. You know who would be a really fun one? Olivia Rodrigo.
Agreed.
I think she would be a really fun one. She would bring a cool young energy to it. And she has so many songs that kind of span that she could do a lot with a halftime show. And especially
I want to see how Sabrina Carpenter would change the lyrics for the Super Bowl.
That would be fun too.
Because she always changes the lyrics for
ad-libs that one song.
Nonsense, right?
Yeah.
And that's always so funny.
Those are fun.
She always changes it, and it always cracks me up.
I think Olivia Rodrigo would be a fun one. Stapleton's one that I can actually see happening in the next couple of years, though, unless something happens. Because he's very popular across the board.
I haven't read it. I added it to my TBR. It's the Endless Night series by Ray Sean. I want to read that. Christina C. Jones and Love Belvin, something like that, have a whole Connecticut Kings series. I think I've read a couple of those. I like those. There's is it Farrah Rashawn?
Farrah Rashawn's The Boyfriend Project.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that Intercepted.
Mm-hmm. Alexa Martin.
Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. I don't read football romances. I dip in and out of sport. I'm a rugby romance. Like, rugby romance is my favorite, but there's not enough. So, like, I can't marathon it.
I love a good sports romance. It just has to catch my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really care. Colty was really fun for a soccer romance as somebody who knows nothing about soccer outside of what's talked about on Ted Lasso.
Same. It is football romance is having a bit more of a moment. I mean, hockey's always in and out of. I mean, I've seen hockey come in and out now
several times
in my romance reading time, and I've always dipped in and out of that as a genre. But like, also, we all know hockey has issues. There's problems within it.
I love MMA romance, but those tend to be number one, good ones are few and far between, but number two, really dark.
Me and my rugby romance, the same thing. Like, it's few and far between. There's not enough. But, like, those legs and arms.
Well, and sometimes with the MMA romances, I'm just like, have you ever watched a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Did you take 5 minutes and get on YouTube and watch these?
No.
Because that's usually what gets me is like, I'm normally not that big of a stickler, but when they're like,
I can't know too much about the sport, I feel like, to enjoy a sport romance in a weird way. Too much. I'm like, you're doing this wrong. Well, and rugby works because most people that write a rugby romance are rugby fans. So, like, you're not running into people that don't know things, right?
Yeah. I was reading a fanfic series. Shockingly, it was Steve Harrington, but he was a boxer. That was fun. It was darker. It was fun. But yeah, I like sports romances. I tend to gravitate towards them. There's one hockey romance I want to read because the author is from like the West Virginia side of my neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you sent me that one.
That's funny. She's like a stand-up comedian.
Oh yeah. I have that. I had that saved on my phone to check out at some point.
If y'all ever wonder what it's like to go book shopping with me, I take pictures of the books I want to read and go back.
And then you text half of them to me, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you want to read this book? Hey, you want to read this book? Yeah, let's read this book.
But yeah, I'll be curious what football romance we get in like the next 6 to 9 months.
Well, after that Ivy Smoke drama, I was going to try to do it again.
No, I think people are writing it, but I think they're not being dumb about it. Maybe.
Dude, that one
like Ivy was, because that was bold.
That was one of those things that maybe should have stayed on AO3.
Yeah.
Or Wattpad.
I can't imagine the tags on AO3 for that one.
You know, should have stayed somewhere not Amazon.
Yeah, that one was weird. I'm just I'll be curious to see how it goes. Like I said, I have no I don't really care. I feel like who wins, which is really sad. Like I said, I was briefly more invested than I've been in a long time, and then was immediately out because of the Lions. So
I got really excited when the Napers team made it to like the semifinals, I guess you would want to call it, against the Chiefs. And I literally texted and said, I really need your team to get it together and to win this game. And then I took the kids that day and everything. I was like, give me your children. We'll come back. And I was like, I should have took the kids. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I was also interested in if the Ravens made it, but I just...
It just would have been more fun if the Ravens made it, and because I would have invited myself over to watch the Super Bowl with them. Like, I would like to watch the Ravens Super Bowl now. anyone's curious what my horoscope says today, don't be afraid to get a little mushy. Like it
There you
doesn't
go.
matter at all.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see what you get mushy about.
Right? My aunt has now responded to my Snapchats.
Yeah, the Ivy thing she should have let sit for longer. She should have. There were a lot of steps she should have taken before putting that out.
Because like there are so many books, like that Intercepted book. It came out several years ago, and is widely known to be Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Like she based her character. Give it some time.
Is it? I didn't know it was based on him.
Yeah,
I've read it and I had no idea.
yeah.
There you go. Your horoscope does want you to read Long Shot.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I have to see what my aunt said. Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't heard that. Alexa Martin is local to me, apparently. I found out. I'm just not. I'm indifferent on sports. I am ready for sapphic hockey books though, because now that we have like the women's professional teams, I'm really curious to see if we start getting more of that. She's making a face.
Was not in response to anything that I sent.
Okay.
It's 2:43 where I'm at right now. She sent me this Snapchat less than a minute ago. So within the last 3 minutes, for lunch, she had a small glass of moonshine and was showing me that her neck was red.
Okay.
She was flushed.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently my uncle was sitting there like, that was not a small. You did not do a shot. That was large.
All right.
It had nothing to do with my book. And I'm very disappointed because he took the train from DC to Manhattan, which is what she would make me do.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
yeah, because she won't get on a plane, which is
will not fly. She said she would fly if we went in December. And I was like, yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
It's just easier sometimes.
I don't mind the train if we're not leaving from like a super busy place.
I know. I just mean like sometimes it's just easier to fly a place than to like drive. You would have already been there in the amount of time you drove and took a train. Is what I mean. Like that's
even with the layover, because she could have stayed here. We could have flew out of Bluegrass.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee somebody would have driven us to the airport and picked us up from the airport.
Hell, you could have Ubered for not much from your place too. So
I'm pretty sensitive.
Moonshine's fine.
It wasn't. It was moonshine you could buy off a store shelf. It was not somebody made the moonshine in the mountain.
Women's hockey does look vicious, and I love it. Thriving.
Do you know who's been spotted at a lot of women's sporting events recently?
Who?
Jason Sudeikis. He goes to Markham anyway, but like he went with his sister the other day. They let him direct the band.
That's fun.
That was last night. I saw that.
Mm-hmm. I love it. But yeah,
to these.
I love the good stuff. I wish we'd had more women's sporting stuff when I was younger to go to.
He's very into women's like sports.
The women's basketball and stuff is supposed to be really good. I just don't like basketball. You
usually see him sporting more WNBA stuff than you see him with NBA stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool though.
Yeah.
I don't think women's sports get enough attention, that's for sure.
I do not.
But yeah, I guess this is the end of the 24-ish.
We did it.
Obviously, you can keep reading if you want. And if it's 4:36-ish, then 24. It's fine.
It's fine.
We just wrap this up because my StreamYard is going to cut us off before we know it, probably.
Yeah. We learned last night that you only get 20 hours.
Yeah, and we are very close to the 20 hours right now.
Thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful evening and watch the Super Bowl if you want. If not, read a book. I will read if we end up watching it. And I'll still probably read even if we don't watch it. I will have a vlog up on Tuesday from this weekend. That will be probably a mess, but it's fine.
I have stood in front of the camera and talked about what I've read.
That's fine.
So maybe. I don't know.
I will. I'm going to update mine with what I finished. But yeah, we'll be back at some point with another round of these. We kind of just impromptu plan them. We're not really like on a schedule or anything. It's just kind of like, hey, are you in the mood to do this? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Then we plan it like 2 or 3 weeks out.
So you just keep an eye on, resets or announcements from us. Make sure you're following May. Anybody else who joined us on the sprints, all of our friends. This was so much fun. Like I said, this is our Super Bowl. We appreciate y'all hanging with us for it. Yeah, we'll be back. Who knows? Maybe May and I will start doing some public sprints occasionally too on weekends or something.
Yeah, we might.
We do. Maybe in March. We might have one in March.
We should do one to celebrate Bestie's Christmas.
We should. Have St. Patrick's Day. But all right. We will catch y'all later. And tag us in your post with everything you read. We want to hear about it.
Yeah.
So we will see you soon. Bye.